people are going to get the opportunity to see the Earth from orbit, do you think just that idea of seeing the Earth as one planet is one of the great benefits?
I think it is. I think that the more that people are educated and the thought that they could go outwards and understand and feel it, the more they would be interested in days like Asteroid Day, where they could understand where everything was, why it was working. And actually, there's really nothing to fear, because the more companies and organisations and brilliant people like we have here today can get together to actually circumvent any disaster happening, and we understand how it works, I think the more the merrier, the more the better.
Yeah, knowledge makes us less vulnerable,
education.
not more.
Yes.
I just wanted to ask you about that. You may still fly. I mean, the idea of getting onto one of those rockets for most people is quite frightening. What was it that drew you to want to do it? Because it's a huge commitment.
I wanted to go outwards. I think naturally, as human beings, we're explorers. And I was born and raised through the 60s and was lucky enough to sort of watch on my black and white television the first man land on the moon and all of those things. And suddenly it opened up to me that human beings really can do extraordinary things. And the idea of outwards is actually something we can get to in some way. And also all of us can be involved with.
Because it feels like, I suppose, that almost a minority interest sometimes, doesn't it, space exploration, particularly human space exploration. I mean, what would you say to those people who may be watching now who say, well, yes, but, we've got plenty of problems here on Earth. Why should we consider out there?
We do have problems on Earth, but actually what out there does for us, because leading us outwards, it gives us those moments of reflection and understanding more of our own planet. And it gives us a huge amount of happiness, because there will be in the future, not in our lifetime, I'm sure, but there will be in the future places that we can go, places that we can explore. There won't only be our planet, but I do reckon when those days come, when we all here in this room are gone, is that we will understand that our planet, our beautiful sphere there, is something that is very, very extraordinary and something even more to look after.
You say not in our lifetime. We've got a panel discussion actually a little later on the fact that we may actually aim to colonise, land on asteroids, go to Mars in our life. I hope so.
I hope so. I do hope so. I mean, of course, there are wonderful suborbital flights that are going to be made within our lifetime. And I do hope that I will see people getting on Mars. I personally, from my point of view, I think it might be later than earlier, but that's just my personal opinion.
Okay, well, thank you for now, Sarah.
That's right.
Yeah, I envy you, by the way, with all that training that you did.
Oh, I wish you could have come with me. And actually, you must do it, because you're a total enthusiast and a brilliant man. And I wish you lots of luck getting there.
Thank you very much. But now, back over to Jean-Luc.